This episode of On Stage is brought to you in part by Bellevue Music Fest, Saturday, May 13 in Orlando, Florida. For tickets and info, visit their Instagram at Bellevue Music Fest. And by Red Rose for Gregory, Mother's Day, May 14 at Hope Gardens in Kingston, Jamaica. For tickets and info, visit their Instagram page at Red Rose for Gregory.
This week on Stage, a relook at Marian Hall's takedown of her last appearance at Reggae Sumfest. This in the wake of widespread speculations around her confirmation for an appearance at this staging of the Reggae Fest, believe it or not.
Till bad mind it never works. Yeah, yeah.
Now, Lila Ike is not only maintaining a steady stream of hit songs, the singer is also very, very potent on live appearances. The singer sat down with us just after another blistering performance in California. Reggae singer JC Lodge makes her very first appearance in Kingston in over 10 years. Welcome to the show, everyone. Those stories and more are all coming up after the break. And just in case you're wondering where we're coming from, we're actually coming from Nassau, Bahamas. This as we're covering the 2023 installment of the Love and Harmony Cruise. And that story you will get in full next week. Stay with us. We'll be back.
On Stage with Winford Williams.
This segment of On Stage is brought to you in part by Campari. Respect the bitter.
Now, Lila Ike is not only maintaining a steady stream of hit songs, the singer is also very, very potent on live appearances. The singer sat down with us just after another blistering performance in California. But first, our report on the event.
I know where the LBC, Long Beach.
When it comes to reggae music and the consumption of the genre in the United States, it is well established that the west coast of the country has some of the biggest fans of our music. We're here in Long Beach, California for a festival called Cali Vibes. 3 days and 3 main stages with some of the biggest names in reggae.
We love y'all.
February 17 to 19 at Marina Green Park.
It's just beginning. The people from Coachella, they want to display a lot of different angles on what's going on with the reggae experience. And because we're in California, the biggest pull, of course, would be those California bands like Revolution, Slightly Stupid, and all these amazing bands you're seeing here. But then they added on, of course, our legendary people. Of course, the Marleys are here, Steven, Junior Gong, Protege, Lila Ike, Baby Sham, people like that. Subtomic is also here, Sister Nancy, What's a Bam Bam. It's this big, diverse family of people who just love reggae music.
Other big names on the lineup: Snoop Dogg, Cypress Hill, Soulja, and so much more.
Came for all 3 days. That's an amazing experience coming here and seeing all the bands and everything. The music, the vibe is just amazing.
Yeah, man, I just love this music. It makes me feel the type of way that some other things just can't. I just love this vibe and this energy.
Man, it's actually a great festival. Playing all the great music, bro. Everything. It's very solid. Hey, and check out my boy Protege.
You're a big Protege fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's a second time in a row being here. It's a good vibe. Enough Jamaican artists they here too. For the Cali bands with us merge reggae music, globally,
What is special about performing at stages like this?
It's just carrying the music globally, all around the world, and getting the opportunity to represent Jamaican music. So we give thanks and we're grateful.
Californian-based reggae bands really take on to our culture, and that is why this market is really have a more appreciation for reggae music. The numbers are even bigger this side as far as the shows are concerned.
Cali Vibes is a big thing now. You see, right now we're there at the Boomy stage. You understand me? This is like where the reggae and the dancehall vibes every Sunday evening in the summertime.
Conceptualized by industry player and reggae lover Leslie Cooney, featured most of the Jamaican acts on the festival.
Yeah, my love affair, it started with Born Jamaicans in the early 90s, but what preceded that was just, I enjoyed reggae. I went to a lot of reggae festivals, reggae concerts growing up in California in this exact location. So I grew up going to a festival that was mostly Jamaican reggae acts, and it inspired a love of reggae music that kind of continued on for the last 35 years.
Being here at Cali Vibes just feels so surreal, because last year I was booked for it, but because we were coming out of the pandemic and stuff, the paperwork and everything didn't come through in time. And I went through such a spiral, almost like giving up on music almost in a sense. And then to be here right now, man, that would have been the worst decision of my life, because this is an awesome experience.
People inspire me, so I try to inspire back people.
All right, Dexter, we meet on the road. This is the first time. Just rock the house. How do you feel, sir?
You don't know how I always feel now. Boogie and bush, Nothing further than nothing farther, man. Love.
Cali is beautiful. The music keep you warm, Beautiful acts, Everyone that was on it, is lively.
We do Cali Fest last year, so this is like same thing, but you don't know, we're up on the Boomy stage this year, which is the dancehall more, hardcore stage.
A special thank you to Brian Paul Welsh for the execution of this story. Joining Lila on stage for her set at Boomyard was DJ and guitarist Joshua Rudge from UK reggae band The Skins. They called their collaboration The World Sound. Alright, Lila, so when you spoke to us at on stage, I remember back in that time, and you were talking about moments like these, and here you are years later, living your dream here in California doing Boomyard along with Josh Skins. Talk to us about this moment and how it feels.
It's extremely special because I feel like I'm finally being myself 100%. I feel like I've always I'm pretty sure I said it as well in the first interview we did, how much just the sound system culture and hearing the dance happening close to me when I was a child influenced me. I would hear people beating on the zinc fences when certain songs are being played. You'd hear the mixes, you'd hear artists pass through, and for me it was I really wanted to go, but my mom wouldn't allow me. I never went to a party until I was about 22. So for me to be able to basically keep my own party and emulate all the stuff I was hearing, but bring roots music to the forefront right now, something that I don't think happens a lot. I go out, I go to the dances, I only country me go here, people play out some roots rhythm till all it done while sound a string up heavy proper dub, so for me I just felt like I was in my room again fooling around. This is something that me and him connect on. We just love the music. Him being somebody that's not from Jamaica but is a part of a reggae band, and you don't know when you're not from somewhere and you're fascinated with something from it, you take a deeper appreciation than somebody that sees it every day. So the wealth of knowledge that he has, even of you don't even see the half yet, because we're still at the beginning stages, which is why we're all here doing this. And for me it's I've always wanted to start to have my own sound, like my own sound system, and most of my friends refer to me as World Ike. You know, they're always like, yo, Lila, World Ike, you know, just, I guess they might try make a play upon World Boss or something. And I was like, boy, you know, say, just out of fun, I'm gonna play around with this. So I just start saying, yo, the world sound, you know, I'll be on my live just fooling around playing music. So to be able to go in front of people and seriously do it and watch people interact with it, just from a very just from the most basic feeling of being able to be yourself and enjoy the music and make mistakes and come back and learn and grow on the spot in front of people, I think is very important, and it's freeing for me. That's the essence of what being a creative is. It's not about being perfect, it's about growing, because the next time you see this presentation, we've already made note of everything tonight whilst enjoying ourselves, whilst being among our peers, watching us do something that we talk to them about, that they might have not 100% got it, but seeing it happen, it's like, okay, we get it, this is amazing, this is beautiful. And naturally, just like when you saw me about 3-4 years ago, I was not at this level of, you know, confidence, and I was shy in the interview. You can see the change.
I remember you speaking about performing in Jamaica at the Burna Boy concert, and you were saying that you were nervous. Why?
It's always like, even a while ago, like I had to sit in here, and like Protege is always giving me the pep talk. Even after I came off stage, he's like, boy, every time you do this, every time you come and you're so nervous, but I watch you just immaculately contain yourself and do it. It's almost like it's not even me at that point when I get on stage. So Burna Boy, when they called me, I was shocked, because I'm not expecting that Lila Ike, Burna Boy and Popcorn would ever be on the same stage in Jamaica presenting music. It's kind of like, okay, you know, there's so many, Jamaica has so much more talent that I feel fit within that essence of music, but it also made me feel extremely proud that I could go and represent for reggae music, for spirituality on a more deeper level. Not to say that dancehall, Afrobeat is not spiritual, but just to bring that energy. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people were shocked when they saw that I was added. Me, myself, I immediately had to go to the bathroom. I even told Protege I don't think I can do it, because, you know, I don't perform in Jamaica a lot, and that's because well, I'm always getting booked outside of Jamaica, and you know, I'm always like, I'm not there yet, I'm not at the level yet to go in front of Jamaican people and say, hey, this is it, you know. But when they called me, I was like, all right, you know what, nothing tried, nothing done. If you can do it in America and Europe, why can't you do it in Jamaica? These are our people, this is our music, and man, me just feel proud so me can go represent. And also when I heard people singing the songs, because to me, Jamaica just know where I'm coming from. When I heard people singing along, I can't tell you how healing it was for me. You know, I say give thanks to everybody who came out and people who messaged me, like people were telling me how much they were crying. Trust me, I went back home thinking, okay, I am really, because you believe in yourself, you know what you are doing. But you see, when you see it happen, when the conversation happen, when you push the energy out there and they accept it and the message, because it's a conversation and it comes back to you and you see that it's a good energy, nothing compares to that feeling. So big up Burna Boy and the entire, you know, Sharon, Burke, Judith, everybody that was a part of that production. Thanks again for the opportunity.
I have to bring in this gentleman here, sir. Thank you for being such a lover of the culture. Talk to us about your love affair with reggae music.
I mean, it's a pretty lifelong love affair, you know, with Jamaican music. I think the first song I actually ever remember hearing when I was like 3 years old, I have a memory of hearing Iron Lion Zion at 3. So definitely been an appreciator for, you know, a very long time. I play in a band called The Skints, which is like a punk rock reggae crossover band, and kind of come from like the ska world in the UK, so just been immersed in the music since I was a kid basically. And with Lila's thing as well, I guess on the other side as like a DJ and stuff, like being involved in like so many like different eras, from kind of being outside and playing different events, you know, like I've done like ska and rocksteady parties in Germany, and then like a bashment in Mexico City, you know what I mean? Like just being able to move around the world and being in touch with the music and stuff kind of, yeah, I don't know, it's just like opened up the scope of kind of what's possible, you know, and trying to help Lila like realize the vision for the world sound and stuff, because she's the visionary for sure.
When it comes to reggae music in the US in particular, I know that the West Coast, when it comes to reggae, they are on another level when it comes to the love. Is that what you have experienced? Like it's like different from anywhere else in the US?
Yeah, definitely West Coast love reggae music. I mean, we know a lot of West Coast bands, you know, and even like just festivals. We don't really go to much festivals outside of the West Coast, not me. Yeah, you know, you have Cali Vibes, you have Cali Roots, Protege, Kabaka, Pyramid, Chronics. A lot of them tour with a lot of these, you know, bands with acts from like America. So yeah, they really do appreciate reggae, and I think it's just globally like reggae music has touched a lot of different places. For me, I personally would say Europe. When I go to Europe, the appreciation is amazing, and them deal with strictly reggae music. They love reggae, they love dancehall as well. London is a next just very special place to me, because London just feels like Jamaica first world. Colder. You get to me and say, when I go around, when I hear how they express themselves, even though, you know, them have them accent and thing, like they speak like us, it's like their dialect is definitely based on the Jamaican tongue, and just being Jamaica in London is a cool factor. Being Jamaican in London is a cool factor. Anyway, I go and say, yo, from up my mouth, it's like, yo, it's mad, yeah man, bro. And you know how them talk, and then their appreciation for the music. Like so many great reggae musicians come from the UK as well. So many great reggae artists, great reggae bands. Like, and they don't know what happened during the Windrush, and most Jamaicans migrated. We knew how a lot of even the artists, Dennis Brown, Peter Tosh, them, how much, you know, when the records were coming in, the vinyls were being played in the dances in Jamaica back in them days, they like, you know, Jamaica and the UK has been locked in from when, and I'm telling you, like, being there, it was the first place that I've ever traveled to any time. The first time I ever left Jamaica, I went to the UK on tour with Protege, and I just fell in love with the place, because it's not too, I don't know, America has this thing where they are just, them love pop, you see me, them love that type of sound. The UK is a little bit more grounded in my opinion, and there's so much Jamaicans there. When I'm there, I can find a nice Jamaican shop to go get food, all of that. I feel more at home there. So for me, even like meeting Josh there and working with so many producers and artists there, as an artist, even at the level that I am at, I'm not like a big superstar or whatever, but the same respect I see they give Protege, I get that as well, even from before I had a lot of these songs that you're hearing today.
When do you think you will reach to that zenith? Where are you looking to go?
I think I'll always be passionate. I'll always be upcoming, because you learn every day. You literally learn every day. I don't think I'll ever reach to a point where I'm super comfortable. Like, my main goal is to just have as much influence, put out as much positive energy to when it is that I am, because I don't want to be actively be involved in music when I'm like 50. I'd rather be focused on my family, raising my children. So my main goal right now is to just give out as much positive energy as I can, just like Bob Marley. I'm pretty sure he was positive as well, and he's not with us anymore in the flesh, but his music still every day we can put it on, his entire influence is still moving the culture forward, moving me, everybody in this room. That's basically my thing. So I'm not really trying to get to, I don't know what the top is. I just know what I want to do until I feel like, listen, no, I don't want to actively be involved anymore. I want to go and raise my children. I want to just go live life for real. Because as an artist, it's still not easy. It's fun when I'm on the stage, but it's not fun when I have to wake up 4 a.m. every morning to drive for 8 hours in a little bus, because remember me, I don't know, big superstar if you have tour bus yet. And I go to all these cities every other day. You get burnt out, you get tired. And me with personal issues such as, anxiety, I suffer from really bad depression. My mood would be like, shoop, and then all the way to the ground. Sometimes it's really hard to even find inspiration. So it's a taxing thing to put myself through as a person. But I know that I have a particular drive and energy and just love for music for a reason that's deeper than what me can understand for right now. So I'll just follow the energy. Like when I feel inspired, it's how I write my songs, it's how I dress. Everything comes from that feeling, and I would hope that I don't ever lose it, because even when I'm not actively involved, I am still gonna be excited about the newcomers. I want to see what reggae sounds like in the next 20 years. I want to see what my work, what Coffee's work, Seven or Protege, Chronics is doing for the next 2 decades of young people that's coming up, from babies that are being born now here and where I'm coming from. What's that gonna do for them? I just hope I have health and strength to still see. Just like I could be at the Burna Boy show and see Marcia Griffiths and Barry Salmon and say, no man, when we are come up in a man, you have that same fire, that same energy. Me can't cock up my foot and want show too with my big son side of me and just watch the new artists them and do them thing. You get me? So I wouldn't say I'm looking for a ceiling to say, yeah, me reach, me at the top artist, the top thing. No, I love this for real. It's my passion. I will do this in my room without crowd and still enjoy it. So it's more about just continuously growing, continuously inspiring. And then when we say, all right, you know what, I want to go live my life privately, raise my children privately, away from social media, everything. I've already done all this work that I'm hoping we'll be able to finance all of that, right? I will relax myself and just go and enjoy life, if I so just set it. My message in this moment is to just, there's so much exciting things that I have planned. The world sound is something that I'm looking to put out, like an actual sound system. Josh Skins is going to be on board with me, one of the toughest DJs. When me say this youth know our music, our culture, and it's just a merge with like just the diversity. He wasn't raised like I was. He never listened to the songs I listened to. I put me onto reggae music me never hear before. Rap, whatever it is, dancehall, everything. This is what this is. It's like, this is just my representation of how I would like a dance to sound. So that's what I presented tonight at Boomyard. And obviously I'm working on my album. It's coming shortly. Live music, acoustic. I'm working on my guitar. So the people who want to follow Lila Ike and love Lila Ike music and connect with Lila Ike music, lots and lots of exciting stuff to come. Stepping at them dancing a clocks when the rest of them a beat them stiletto. And
stay with us right here on stage. Still to come, JC Lodge, first appearance in Kingston in over 10 years. And later, Marian Hall.
On Stage with Winfred Williams.
This episode of On Stage is brought to you in part by Bellevue Music Fest, Saturday, May 13 in Orlando, Florida. For tickets and info, visit their Instagram at Bellevue Music Fest. And by Red Rose for Gregory, Mother's Day, May 14 at Hope Gardens in Kingston, Jamaica. For tickets and info, visit their Instagram page at Red Rose for Gregory.
British Jamaican reggae singer JC Lodge is set to make her first appearance in Kingston in over a decade. The event is Red Rose for Gregory on Mother's Day, May 14th. Right now, right here on our stage, the telephone love singer, JC Lodge. JC, welcome.
Hi.
Good to have
you. Thank you. I'm very happy to be here at long last. I've seen so many artists on your show and I've enjoyed the interviews, and I'm glad that I finally got my moment.
Oh, wow. It's my pleasure to have you.
Yeah.
So where's home these days?
Where is home? Home is where the heart is. But at the moment, we are living in the UK.
Yes.
Yes.
So you consider that home? But
for the moment, yes.
But Jamaica must have been missing you, because when you were announced as coming for this show,
yes.
a few people were around me and they say, wow.
She's still alive?
Where is she? Where is she? That's a good call.
Yeah.
Do you get that feedback?
I do get that feedback, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, but, you know, we had our reasons that we moved on to the UK after living here for 33 years. This is my dad's territory. You know, my dad grew up on Fleet Street and went to England in the 1950s and had me there, you know.
Okay.
So I was there for the first 10 years, then brought here by him, left with his family, and I grew up here. And as I said, I was here for 33 years. So this is home in a way as well, and it's definitely the home of my career.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is where I was birthed as an artist.
Yes, speak a little bit quickly about that,
Yeah.
the birth and development of your artistry in Jamaica.
Yeah. So, well, when I was at high school, I did enjoy singing, but just to myself and to my friends. But they encouraged me and said, you know, you sound good. But I always had a soft voice, so I never imagined myself being a singer on stage. But I did like drama and art. So those were my focuses, drama and art. So I imagined I was going to be an artist or, you know, an actress. That was where my head was at. But then I met Errol O'Mealy, who's here sitting here. And, you know, we had a relationship going. And during the relationship, he let me know that he liked to write. And he speaks very well, you know, and, you know, very fluent speaker and writer. So he let me hear some of songs that he had written. And then I heard his voice and I thought, okay, he's not a singer, he's a writer. And he asked me, because he'd heard me singing, could you put some of these songs on a cassette? Because that's the age we're coming from, audio cassettes, for people who don't know what those are. So I put these songs that he sang to me on cassette, tried to put some harmonies on it, because neither of us were musicians, so he just beat out the rhythm on a tabletop. I put harmonies on to enhance them and make them sound as good as they could. And the idea was to take them to people in the music business here to see if anybody would like to record his songs. That was the whole goal, not for me to be a singer of any of them.
Okay.
You know? Yeah, but after lots of hands and ears that this cassette went through, eventually it ended up at Joe Gibbs' studio. And then Errol Thompson listened to it, and Joe Gibbs himself. And they eventually said, you know, is who sing on this cassette? And I said, well, that's me. And they said, all right, we want to record you. And the songs they picked, I think about 3 of them went on my first album. So our original stuff has often been put onto the albums, and most people don't get to hear those.
Okay.
But the single that they selected for me that went huge was a cover song, Someone Loves You, Honey.
Someone Loves You, yes.
Yeah.
And so that was the breakout,
that
so to
was the
speak.
breakout for me. And as I told you, I had no intention of being a singer. So it's like, whoa, what have I gotten myself into?
So you were dragged into this?
Well, I wouldn't say dragged, but it wasn't my intention. I went along with it because I thought, well, I'll give it a try, you know? And so I was very nervous in the studio. I think Clive Hunt did an interview fairly recently and was describing that when I was in the studio, I asked for the lights to be turned off. I didn't remember that, but he said, yeah, I was so afraid. I didn't want to see anybody when I was singing. So I've come a long way. I'm still nervous when I perform, but I've come a long way.
These are anthems, these songs. These are sing-along songs.
Yes.
You know, Someone Loves You, Honey, and...
So that became very successful worldwide in the ethnic communities everywhere, but it also went gold and platinum in the Netherlands.
Yes.
So then I was invited to do tours and, you know, lots of promo in the Netherlands. That was like 1981, 82. Again, I was very green, so I wasn't keen on that side of it. You know, I liked singing, but I didn't want to be on stage in front of people. So it took me a while to improve on that part.
So and how many albums?
How many albums I've done? 14 albums to date, and still going. As long as I live, I'll be working on projects. I have always been working. People see me and say, "Want me stop sing?" You know, if I don't get, wait, you're still alive? So they think I've stopped singing, because the issue for us is letting people know that I'm still here and I'm still performing, still recording. And so I mentioned to you off air a while ago that last year I had a #1 song in New York, and now I have a #1 song in Miami.
Yes.
So, but not everybody knows about it. It's just, in that territory, people might know, but it doesn't somehow reach. We don't have that onslaught that reggae used to have when somebody has a hit tune. Everybody in the Jamaican community or West Indian community knows of it at the same time. It's not like that anymore. So that's something we're trying to combat.
So where would you say are most of your fans?
Where are most of my fans? I think all over the world, really, but I get most of my gigs in America. So recently we did a West Coast
Oh, really?
tour.
I thought it would be Europe.
No, that's the irony that I was born in England, but, as I said, my career and formation was really in Jamaica. But in England, I'm sort of still seen as an outsider to the industry. I'm not a lovers rock artist, and that's their main, the main thing that they produce in England is lovers rock. And there are some people who mistakenly think that I'm a lovers rock artist because maybe because I have that soft kind of R&B kind of vibe. But but the English folk know that I'm not lovers rock. So, and most of the shows that they put on for people who are living there would be lovers rock shows. I've been on a few. Yeah. But it hasn't been the easy road we thought it would be when we moved to the UK. I thought I would get on a reggae circuit and that would be my full employment. But we had a rude awakening because by the time we got there in 2001, reggae was no longer at its pinnacle. There was a time when mainstream radio played reggae. It was another music form that they played daily. But now there aren't mainstream radios that focus on reggae. So reggae has become more of an underground music. Yeah, so you've got stations, online stations, and not broadcast stations that play reggae, but each person is playing their own little selection. So that, again, you don't have that everybody is playing the same songs and you can make a chart out of it to see what's the most popular songs or things like that. Doesn't exist.
What in your mind you're thinking or conclude about why reggae is just fall off like that?
There are lots of opinions about it. I don't know factually what the reasons are. There's talk of people being against reggae because of the homophobia, the messages that were being given at one point quite prominently. I don't know if that could be that the powers that be say, all right, we're not supporting this music because there are too many artists that are homophobic. And then the content of some of the lyrics that deal with the violence and things and degrading women.
So they pool both, they just pull them together, dancehall and reggae?
Yes, they're just under one umbrella.
So they're not making a distinction?
No.
And perhaps that's the problem because reggae artists are suffering from this fall off.
Yeah.
And they don't subscribe to the slackness and the violence and so on.
Exactly. But as I said, that's just one argument. I don't know what, politically what the reasons. There might be other reasons, but that's one I've heard spoken of quite a lot. You have people that say, oh, them just a fight down reggae because it's a black music, but then Afro beats has taken off, and white stations are playing Afro beats, so it can't be a black thing, can it?
I think we should understand why people wanted to consume our music in the first place. We need to go back to the basics. We need to know. I think the thing just run away, and we never thought of it as something that we didn't do a proper analysis on why.
I think people are discussing it, yes, but as you say, I don't know if there's an official analysis. Another thing that's mentioned is our unprofessionality in timekeeping and, sticking to agreements and things like that is another letdown
in discipline, for us. Those things are for sure factors that are impacting.
So maybe it's not one thing, maybe it's lots of different things coming together. But it's very unfortunate. But I still have hope. I still hope that the tables will turn and somehow we're going to get it back together and get.
But it's still very popular. The music in many markets.
Wherever people hear reggae, it always sets a fire somewhere inside them. So it's not the music. It's not the music. I think some problem is there with the lyric content. Yes, I do think that. And there's also an argument that our beats have not progressed in a kind of dance way. So a lot of our beats now, if it's played, it doesn't give you that feeling to move your body. It's more you're just listening to it.
Well, the new age, we call it, new age dancehall. There's a big debate in Jamaica about where it's going, and it's just like out there floating, not connecting with its roots. Anyway, my dear, let's start. We can go off here.
I know this is going for.
All right, so this appearance in Jamaica is for you.
Yes.
How do you feel going in?
I'm so excited.
Yes.
Yeah, and of course, I've been looking forward to doing some shows here in Jamaica. You know,
Yes.
because this is my roots. This is where it all happened for me, and I think that as a reggae artist, you know, I've always got to keep something alive here and not be referred to as she's still a singer, that kind of thing. So I've got to correct that and make people know I'm still here, man. I'm hale and hearty. I'm fit and ready.
Well, that is for sure. Right here on our stage, we're seeing that.
Yes.
So we can assure you, yeah? Okay, so it's a Mother's Day event, and that must be special for you. Is it?
Well, for me, every day is a Mother's Day. You know, I'm not one of these people that believe in these days that are selected to be. This is your special day, not these days, but only this one.
Okay.
But yeah, I go along with it. You know, yeah, it's good to have a day where you do something extra special for a mother. Yeah. So in that way, it's.
And to your fans, you say, and so your Florida friends or US fans can fly down. It's close, you know.
Yes. I'm sure that there must be enough of my fans still alive here who can turn out to come and see me as well, you know.
Yes.
I'll be doing all your favorites, and I'll be trying to put in a couple of my new ones because I didn't stop singing in 1989. You know, I've been recording all along, and it's just that we just have that difficulty in letting people hear my new recordings and direct them to my albums, but they're all available. If you put JC Lodge Music on YouTube, you'll hear most of my stuff. The 14 albums are there, and a lot of the singles that I've done for different people in Jamaica, in the UK, in America. So, and we do our own production as well. Errol and myself do our own production. So we're not short of music, and we like to think that it's good quality because I write, and I'm very careful with what I write about. You know, and I run it by Errol, and as I told you, he's a very good writer. So, you know, we check with each other. How about this? You think that works? No, I don't like that word. Change that. We really spend a lot of time on our songs. It's not just the first thing that comes out of your mouth, you know? And our arrangements, we spend time on them and try to make good quality music that will stand the test of time. So I guarantee you, if you go to JC Lodge Music, you will find something new that you will like.
That will get you.
Yes.
Absolutely, my dear. Well, we're sending you, right? We're sending you. And where do they find you? Where do they find you? And IG, you're all over socials, right?
Yeah, well, Instagram is JC Lodge Official. And as I said, but most of my music is available on YouTube on JC Lodge Music.
Okay.
So there's no excuse not to find my stuff.
Well, my dear, we're looking forward to this performance.
I am looking forward to it too.
Yes, Mother's Day.
Yes.
May 14 in Kingston, Jamaica. Wow.
And I'm amongst some great talents there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So we're really looking to this. So you'll be here until then, or you go on?
No. This was a business trip for us, really. So thank you for squeezing us in at short notice because we didn't really come prepared to do promotional stuff. It was more of a personal trip. But I really appreciate you giving me this time. So
okay. Well, I'm sure the promoter will get more people coming now.
Hopefully.
Oh, yes. For sure. All right. So there you have her in this segment of our show. The telephone lover, JC Lodge. Still to come right here on our stage, Marian Hall.
This episode of Onstage is brought to you in part by Bellevue Music Fest, Saturday, May 13 in Orlando, Florida. For tickets and info, visit their Instagram at Bellevue Music Fest. And by Red Rose for Gregory, Mother's Day, May 14 at Hope Gardens in Kingston, Jamaica. For tickets and info, visit their Instagram page at Red Rose for Gregory.
On Stage with Winfred Williams.
Marian Hall's confirmation to perform at this coming staging of Reggae Sumfest has caused quite a stir in social media. So fierce is the chatter, including speculations about what she will do, triggers a look back at her last performance as Lady Saw at the Great Reggae Fest. Welcome back, though the only queen pin, so to speak, among dancehall's kingpins.
I'm the best in the dancehall game.
Assigning her to close dancehall night at Reggae Sumfest took most pundits by surprise.
It's raining, my body's gone.
Still, as reported earlier right here on stage, that was not the only Lady Saw surprise of the 23rd staging of the greatest reggae show on earth.
Me a call me not this, so no see you me stand up. Tennessee was me meant to wear when me was growing up.
The delivery itself was another thrilling surprise for all of us in Montego Bay. Lady Saw, right now, right here on our stage. Lady Queen Saw.
Hi.
Wow.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you so very much.
What a night it was.
It was.
What a night
really
it was for you.
night.
What a morning, actually. It was almost daylight when you did all
Yes, it was. And
Walk us through this amazing performance.
Okay.
Starting with the dress.
The dress, I was trying to get to my stylist in London, and he said the time was there wasn't enough time. So a friend in London said, why you don't get the guy who won Mission Catwalk? And I'm like, what's his name? And she said, oh, I'll get it. And she gave me Kurt Campbell. And I called Nova McDonald and said, Nova, I'd like to, because Nova, I'm a friend, She get him right away. And he met with me at the Pegasus and he showed me some pictures and so, but he had a car set that I love. It was all pearls, but him use him and sew every pearl on it. So all that detail was there. I said, I love that. And there was another dress that I love and he just did the pearl top. And, so we went and buy material and everything and he bang it out. Kirk, I love you.
Okay. Did everything go as planned?
Yeah.
Everything else, that is. The dress went well.
Yes.
Did everything else go as planned?
The dress went well. My wigs were done. Because this Terrence, he now work for Nicki Minaj, but he used to do my hair before all that, So anything I want, I call him up and he did some wigs.
The hair, isn't that a first?
But I want to tell you about this.
Okay.
He did some wigs for me, 2 wigs, and they didn't come down in time. So I have my other hairdresser here, Marsha Robinson. She did the wig for me. But this right here, I had bleached my hair before. We don't know this, but the woman them will know. When you bleach your hair, you can relax it after. But I bleach it for a while now and take out the blonde and put black in it. And went and relaxed it and the whole light fall off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that was how this come about. But I was planning to ball it anyway for Sumfest.
Okay. So the dress worked, the blonde wig worked, and even when you dropped the wig...
I always do that.
You were still hot.
Yeah. The thing is, the only thing that everything worked. Like I write more songs, though. I didn't get all of them in because when I bring Lisa Hype out, that I should have I plan to do more new ones, just be a stop and connect. But then I had was to bring.
So you had more?
Yeah.
My goodness.
Ask any man where you know send me there with. If I know me, I'll be. Jesus. Them say me can't breathe, so all of them can't. All of them, I'll be a something maybe when I have to pay for about 10 bad word. That's $1,000 each. But I had more, but I bring in Lisa and she hold her own.
Have 10 grand.
Yeah, she hold her own, and that was good. We did a good hot segment and leave them. Beautiful.
All right, so talk about those the first 3-4 songs in the set there. What are they saying? What are they about?
All right.
They're brand new, all of them.
Yes. I normally do that. Whenever I'm going through situations or anything, people messing with me, I always write. I always tell other females, it's best you just leave me alone because when you leave me alone, I'll just relax and live my life, enjoy my yard and cook and enjoy my dogs and all my animals, and my birds. But once you mess with me, my brain start clicking.
Okay.
So that song, you remember a song that was done, that was aimed at me?
Really?
You're mad? Why you mad? And you will be a fling girl, why you mad? So that's where that really come from, You don't need to hate me, cause I'm bad. But the verse was say, them say me mad, but I just bad me bad, physically, lyrically, so flipping bad. That's where that come from. So me no mad. And at the same time, there was an interview that was done that the lady was saying me head chip, you know, like me head. So, and I'm mad, me mad, I just bad me bad. You know, that's how that came up.
You actually changed clothes on stage.
I can do all them things.
How did that happen?
All right.
Weren't you scared of that?
No, come on now. I always wear panties and shorts over the panties. I'm always like that. I never wear just panties alone. So sometimes I will go so and lift up a leg and you see a man runner come. I used to have a white DJ, Missy. She said, where you going? Where you think you going to see? She got on her shorts, she got on another girdle, and she got on another, that's how I always cover myself before. So the dress, it's heavy, with all that material and the pearl, so I wanted to, be able to move, so that's when I call for the dress and just boom. But then I have the little shorts to go up here and it kind of break, the zip break. And I'm like, put it on same way, and I slide in it really quick. That's easy. I do that all the time,
And the camera.
Oh, that camera.
That episode with the cameraman.
What I like to do, I like to engage my audience.
Yes.
Like, I like to take a man from my audience, but normally they're so far away. So the closest man to me is a cameraman. We used to do it with your brother.
Yes, one of my on-stage cameraman.
Yeah, that was the first.
He got it years ago.
Yeah, that was like iconic, Everybody knew about it.
He was the one who gave it to that time, and he was into it.
Yeah, but
this cameraman was shy.
He was saying, I could hear him, Oli, oh my God. Oli, oh my God. And his heart was beating so fast when I put my hand on him like, oh, Oli, if he could have dropped that and just run, he would.
The poor guy.
But that's like nothing. I used to go on stage, you see? And when I dance with these men, I'm upside down with my legs lap around them waist, around here, and my head on the ground. I used to do them things, but I no longer do them. But I love to entertain. So yes, I did change my clothes and I did perform, and I want to say thanks to the patron for staying, because a lot of people was worried, like the band members were worried, Foota Hype worried, everybody just worried saying, oh God, people gonna walk away. No, she like changing, like while the band was changing, them say, Lord, a big hunk of the crowd gonna leave. They stood up and waited for me. I appreciate you so very much, and I thank you so very much for staying up there with me. Me no hungry and the sun rays and people want bathe and things. So for you to stay, I really appreciate it from the depths of my heart. Love you.
Were you ever better than that in a performance?
I think so. I think I've done many shows that were better than that. Sometimes the good thing is I normally would drink a glass of wine or two. I didn't want to drink that night. I had a glass when I was on the beach, hours before, and I just wanted to, I was so calm. The thing is, I know myself. I believe in myself. And you see the love that people have for me, it's amazing. People love me. Sometimes I'm like, I've been in this game for over 25 years. Why, like my mom generation, mine, the young ones, why am I so loved like that? I think it's my energy, my personality, and when you're clean here, people just gravitate to you. So I had no doubt whatsoever, was nervous for a drink. Yes, I've done better, like hardcore, when I can move my legs and do all kind of things. I could go harder than that, but it's not Sting. It's Sumfest. So you have to know what you're doing. So not that me not have something for slap way and ray, but keep them until another time, like in the future. I love it.
Were you asked to tone down, to not go on the offensive by the promoter?
I wasn't.
Because I hear some such argument that you were told not to.
No, I wasn't. Oh, when I was coming up to go on the stage, I remember one policeman said, behave yourself, the inspector. Okay. And I'm like, oh, I will, because I was telling them that it will be Lady Saw who will be performing that night, and it was Marion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you disappointed about the decline by Maca?
Oh, please, don't. I wonder why my nose itching. Listen, don't believe everything you read. Those are all lies. Nothing of that sort. She ran with it. Remember when we spoke about it here and said, imagine me if me bring on Maca, it wasn't serious, until I'm like, okay, I think I did that to her career, like slow her down, so why not? So I was gonna. She put out something saying I have several people calling her, nothing of that sort. It was Jerome Hamilton who suggested that he's gonna call her, and I told him not to. And Jerome seemed like he did, right? When Jerome did, she wanted my number, and she wanted me to call her. And I told Jerome it's not about being friends or getting back to being friends. I would, I offered to give her a piece on my stage, and it's still.
But wasn't it the olive branch that you were extending to her?
No, it was just you come on stage and do your thing. But listen, man, me not in this hug up and love up. If you betray me and you hurt me deeply, I'm done. I'm done. If you're a man now, I would give you a chance, depending on how good you are in bed.
So Spice felt that you were using her and she did the right thing in declining?
Oh, no. It has nothing to do with using. When you and I talk about that, I thought about it. From it up movers thing, I always felt a way after that, seeing her. I don't even want to say not doing so well. I felt like
A little bit of guilt?
I feel a way. It wasn't like I had tapped her, Remember, she was the one going on, and I tell her, leave me alone, and then it happened. I call her out and say, okay, let's go at it.
Yes.
So to share my stage with her, that would be good enough, but I wasn't gonna share my heart.
Okay.
I'm never gonna put myself out there again to be friends and people say me hobby them. Me a cook pies and hobby a curry goat for half of them. And all these foolishness. I don't want to go back to those. I can't bother with them things. I can't bother with people just every day. Them say me hobby them for what, Lord Jesus, have I ever hobby anybody in my life? What is hobby?
How do you see this impacting, this tremendous historic performance at Sumfest impacting your career from now on?
I just can't bother. I can't even bother sometimes. I'm just living, loving life, and I'm focusing now on the Ladies Hour Foundation. We just start talking to Fantasia, my friend in Australia. She's the one who's helping me with all that. She reached out to Jerome Hamilton. We're trying to get Take Me to the King. And Fantasia and the other lady who sing Break Every Chain. So we're trying to put a gospel concert together, charity show, to raise money to build a shelter for abused women and children. My First Lady saw foundation, this shelter, the first shelter.
Yes.
So that's what we're focusing on now. It's time for me to reach out to my Prime Minister who had offered to help me. She gave me a personal number, so I'll be calling her to get a piece of property.
Portia.
Yes, she gave me a call one night. Oh, and I was like a groupie, like, what? When they say the PM is on the line, I'm like, PM?
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to talk to her about getting some property, piece of land somewhere, to build the first one. So that's what I'm focusing on. And for that show, I'm planning to do all gospel. Remember, I have this unfinished album.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have about 5 gospel out already, gospel songs. So I'll take songs from there, and I'd love to perform only gospel that night. Right now, I'm not thinking about nothing else. And I want to tell the females, listen, man, stop now. It's time to stop. I'm not your enemy. Maybe you think I am, right? But I'm not. You make me your enemy because you're intimidated by me. I'm not here to cause you any problem. I'm here to do my music. I love my music. That's all I know. And just let me live and leave me alone. Let's just done with all this and do what you're doing. Whatever you're doing is your business. Whatever I do is my business. Just leave me alone and let's live. Live and make money and everything.
But can't you take the high road?
I'm taking it. That's why I'm telling them right now. I'm done right now. I don't want to talk about you anymore. I don't want nobody asking me about you. You see, I'm on my Instagram page. A lot of things going on. I didn't even pay any mind to it. You know, normally I'm always impulsive and jumping. I'm not doing that. Just focus on your music. Yes, and big up the other females who perform so well. Yeah, Gaza Slim, you kill it. Beautiful, love that. Big up Confidence, yes. Big her up too, and what's the other one name? Don't remember all our name, but big up on yourself. Lisa, you wholly own. Did good, yeah?
We know that Dream Weekend is your next local appearance.
Yes.
How is the summer song going? That song we dropped here recently. How is it doing though? I saw you touched a little piece.
God.
I wanted more of it at Sumfest, but you only just touched it.
But what happened, I didn't see the dancers before I got there.
Okay.
I worked with one before, and I asked the producer to get them some bath suit and thing. But they had worked the night before. But when they came out in all these boots and stuff. But you know, that's not summer love. Come on now. But you know, do a little thing. I'm gonna just lay it out for Dream Weekend.
Okay.
Yes, summer love. Oh, a lot of men just keep complimenting me on, oh my Lord, on this body right here. You know, love it.
So you're dream ready. The summer body is up and running.
And then I have another thing, the 22nd on a craft field, you know. I mean, I'm gonna go hard to my brother thing, so I'm gonna go hard down there. And Footer Hype, Lord, my friend. Big up yourself. Yeah, big up yourself. Congratulations on your baby. Yeah, she's beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, you've seen the baby?
Yeah, big up. You know, see him post up him pretty baby girl.
Oh, they post that.
Yes, and I love what he said about God taking his mom, you know, and giving him back a woman to love for the rest of his life. Oh. That was very good, Footer. Big up yourself. And I'll be doing a show for him somewhere too, and him friend them.
So condolences in order for Footer, and also congratulations.
Yes.
On the newborn, sir.
Yes.
Congrats.
Yes. I love it.
Ladies,
love it.
What a lovely...
Thank you, people. I love you. Next big thing, the Lady Saw Foundation concert, yeah?
All right.
That's the next big thing we're working on. And trust me, all I want to do now is get in my car and drive to Negril, the Rock House. My girlfriend, that's her place.
Okay.
I want to just relax, so I'm going to drive out right now.
Okay, so you're going to stay there till Dream or?
No, I'm going to London on the 28th, so I'm going to stay in Negril and just lay on the rocks in my birthday suit. Oh, I love myself. I love you, Sumfest people, and all the fans around the world. Mwah. Love you. Happy, you see? Happy.
I see that.
Happy.
I see that, sir.
I'm so happy. I'm happy.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing with us tonight. Thank you so much. So there you have them. JC Lodge, Marian Hall, and Lila Ike on our show. Winfred Williams, on behalf of all of us, thanking you for joining us. Do join us again next week for more On Stage. Thanks for watching our video. Please click subscribe and be on our stage anywhere, anytime, always.